Hey guys, welcome to Andrew's Finance. If you don't know me by now, my name is Gavin, and I'm on this journey with us to get serious about our money. Because if there's anything that none of us want to do, it's work forever. So while we're here, I want to discuss the different avenues of success that we can use to have our money work for us rather than us just being here and working forever. Ultimately, no one wants to do that. So it's time to get serious. Alright, first topic, 401K's and your IRA. Your 401k is generally an investment that's offered to you by your employer. I do want you to understand that in this specific instance, you're not really managing your money, but the investment firm that your employer has for you is responsible for that investment. So a 401k is generally pre-tax contributions from your paycheck into an investment portfolio. What happens is you can set aside a certain percentage, i.e. 3-5%. 3 to 5% of your paycheck is going to be accounted for as pre-tax deductions, and what generally happens with that amount of money is that it gets sent to the investment portfolio that is managed by that investment firm through your employer. Now, the key thing here is your employer match. Now, depending on where you work, your employer match won't be everywhere, but an employer match pretty much guarantees that the amount of money that you put aside in that portfolio, your employer will match up to their given percentage. So if we just do some quick math real quick, we get paid about 26 times a year if we go by the regular calendar year. Hey Google, what's 3% of $1,000?
The answer is 30 United States dollars.
Okay, now let's take that $30 and we multiply that by what? About 26? So hey Google, what's 30 times 26?
The answer is 780.
Okay, so you have that $780 right there, and then, hey Google, what's 780 times 2?
The answer is 1,560.
Now, that I'm pretty sure most of us like free money, so for us to have that extra amount of money provided to us by our employer, and if you guys are aware of how investments work, which we'll also get into, but for you to have that principal amount of money but only have done half the work, that's free and easy money right there that I feel like we could all take advantage of. Okay, so I mentioned pre-tax deductions earlier. Now I kind of want to get into the other side of that, which is post-tax. Post-tax deductions are exactly how they sound. Literally your money taken out after you already get taxed. You can take that money and now you now put it into an IRA. An IRA is different from a 401k, however, they're pretty much similar. What happens in an IRA is that that's your individual investment. That's you managing your own money. Nobody's going to manage that for you. That's not provided through your job. That's simply you saying, hey, I want to invest money the same way. I want to have it set away until I'm about 55. Granted, you can withdraw from it early, which I do not recommend. But what happens is you are in charge of your own investment account. You take that money, you invest it across several different places, i.e. stocks, bonds, ETFs, governmental contracts, individual stocks of your preference, and that money grows the same way your 401k does, through general principal, dividends, and earnings. Now, a key factor in you maximizing your 401k and your IRA is seeking out financial management. I'm not here to manage your money for you, but I want you to seek out people that do. Don't fall for the things that charge you like the really high fees, or you see like 1% of your portfolio every month or so. No. One thing that I do want you guys to focus on is who your employer decides to match through. So generally for me, my employer decides to match through Voya. Voya offers a program in which we get not only a discount, Voya gives us a discount in not only financial management, but they also give us a financial advisor to speak to. I've been fortunate enough to have a really good manager, and he's shown me ways to maximize my profit in ways that I never even thought of. So one thing I want you guys to stress is that not only who's managing your money for you, but how they're managing your money. You can always track your 401k, you can always track your IRA, but I feel like if we're going to be embarking on this adventure together, we have to be aware of the fact that, hey, we don't know everything. And if we don't know everything, seeking out professional help, there's nothing wrong with that. When it comes to investments, keep in mind, it's not going to be just you putting away money and it's going to stay that same value as if you would start a savings account. No, investments are a risk. So you do have to be aware of, hey, if you don't know how to manage it, have somebody manage it for you. It's not going to be a savings account where you have 300 here and then the next month the bank gives you 62 cents and now you have $300.62. No. Your goal at the age now is to maximize your profits as best as possible. We're coming out of a pandemic, or, well, for the most part, we're still in one, in which millionaires have tripled, quadrupled, and quintupled their entire net worth in ways that we never even thought possible. There are people making more money now than ever before, while there are still people who are burning through their savings. Your investments should be able to hold you over, not just for now, but for the entire majority of your life. The key thing that you want to seek out is, again, financial management. You want to make sure your employer has a pretty good 401k match. You want to make sure you can start your own individual IRA so you can manage your money and have financial consultation in which they can manage your money for you as well. The key firms that you can start this through are going to be Charles Schwab. You also have Wealthfront, you have Voya, like I mentioned before, and you also have Ally Savings Bank. Now, the good thing about all those firms is that you have access to two different kinds of approaches. You have the hands-on investment type, which you like to be more specific about your money. You like to pick out the stocks, the ETFs, the bonds yourself. And then you have hands-off, which is where financial management comes into play because that's them managing your money for you. Granted, they do charge a fee, and I would say research it just to be sure as to if you're being accurately charged as you feel. So again, I'm always going to be here for you guys to reach out to me. I'm here via Instagram. I'm here via Facebook. It's never any problem. You guys can reach out to me at any point in time, whether day or night, and I'm pretty sure I'll answer the message immediately when I see it. I do want to say that I want to thank you guys for being on this journey with me. We're going to be right back next week, of course, every Friday, Finance Fridays, if you guys remember. And I do want to remind you guys, the goal is never to be rich, it's to be wealthy.